Hello guys, this time we are going to learn how to be hit immune in Path of Exile by cleverly combining multiple game mechanics. The table of content is going to be that we're going to start trying to talk about the combo and how it works. Then we're going to see some magic find applications for the combo, and finally some final words about my opinion on this combo and when you should and when or how you should apply it to your builds. The combo starts with the Bloodnotch unique jewel, which grants from 40% up to 60% of instant life recovery from hits that stuns you. I want to emphasize that the life that you get back is instant. You get the hit and then you get the life back. The only delay, I guess, is going to be some server or network delays, but there's nothing in between. So you get the hit and you get the life back. And this is why the Bloodnotch jewel is so strong, and also this is why it's so important to get a well-rolled Bloodnotch, because the difference between 40% to I don't know, almost 60, it's like the night and the day. So then we need to care about the Bloodnotch condition, because it only works with hits that stuns us. So for that we have an energy shield mastery that changes how the stun threshold works. So in Path of Exile, you get stunned based on your maximum life and the enemy size of the hit. So the mastery changes this, making your stun resistance, let's put it as that, is based on your energy shield instead of your life. Then we would simply remove our energy shield, reducing that stun resistance, effectively making that every hit that we get will stun us, because our stun resistance will be so low that anything will stun us, unless the hit is so small that it could have a chance that you do not get stunned. There are multiple ways to reduce your energy shield up to 0. For example, you can use the Agnostic Keystone, or you could use the Eldritch Fiery Keystone too, because moving your energy shield to your mana and makes that you're not protecting your life, and in Path of Exile that counts for the stun and it counts as you have 0 energy shield. Or you can simply not have any energy shield base in your gear, and that will be enough to have 0, because any other increases will just be multiplied by 0. For example, the intelligence attribute is an increased percentage of your energy shield. It's not like the strength, for example, that gives you flat life. So in summary, we can have 0 energy shield and the mastery allocated, and we're going to get stunned every single hit that land on us. And the final piece for the puzzle is the immutable force unique jewel. Since we don't want to actually get stunned, okay, we are getting our life back, but you cannot play if every hit stuns you. So with this jewel, you can increase your stun recovery up to the point that you won't feel anything different when a hit stuns you. And with all of that, we are getting 60% of the damage back instantly recovered when we get hit. And that works either for attacks and for spells. So up to now we have covered 60% of our life from hits. Now we need to take care about the other 40. And here's when the Petrified Blood aura comes in. Petrified Blood makes that 40% of your incoming damage from hits is prevented. It's prevented in which way? Well, it's prevented in a way that instead of taking that damage instantly, you're going to take it as a dot. It's similarly to the Progenesis Flask. So with a high level Petrified Blood, with a high quality, the 40% that is prevented is reduced by 40% that we're taking. We are going to be actually getting back as a dot a total amount of 30% of the damage that we get from hits. So in summary, we get hit, we recover 60% of that damage back instantly, and the rest of the 40% is prevented, and we end up taking 30% of the total damage from the hit as a dot. And now is when we need a way to recover that 30% from the hits somehow. And in Path of Exile we have a concept of recoup. That's perfect for this situation, since Recoup is a mechanic that recoups life based on the incoming damage. That's what we're trying to get immune of. And it also works over 4 seconds, the same duration as the Petrified Blood aura. So since you are taking the 30% of the damage as dot with the Petrified Blood in 4 seconds, and Recoup also works over 4 seconds, we just need to match the amount of Recoup with the amount of damage you are taking with Petrified Blood. So finally, with 30% of Recoup that we can find, for example, in a tree, in items, in ascendancies, we're essentially going to take no damage from hit. You also can get it from the new tattoos. There is a tattoo that can go into the intelligence nodes that gives you 2% of recoup of the damage taken. And finally, to say that this is not immunity to hits, since your life can still be reduced to 0 when you are regenerating this 30% from other hits. So, or simply you can get one-shotted and there is no time to recover anything, so you will be dead already. But it is some sort of pseudo immunity because you are not actually taking damage, because all the damage, the 100% of the damage you are taking from hits, this does not include dots, all the damage you take from hits is going to get recovered by doing anything. There's no flash, there is no life on hit, there is no leech. You get the damage, and in 4 seconds you are getting all your life back. One application of the combo is usually done with some magnifying builds, and that's because the distillate flask exists. The distillate flask is a flask that gives you quantity and rarity, and it's a life flask. So Magifines wants to use this combo first because they want to use the flask in a reliable way, and in the other way they want to be more tanky, because as you may already know, MF builds aren't particularly especially known for being tanky. So since this life flask is a life flask, when you reach your maximum life, the flask will stop, and also you cannot activate the flask if you're max life. So this gives a lot of inconsistencies while mapping, because whenever you get, for example, leech or life on hit, and your life gets to maximum, the life will stop and you won't be getting the quantity and the rarity bonus. This is fixed with the Petrified Blood aura, because Petrified Blood doesn't allow you to get life over the 50% mark, only by flasks. So you reserve an amount below the 50%, so you end up with, I don't know, 53%, for example, of unreserved life. So you can recover using the distillate flask that extra 3%, and in that time you are assured that the flask will be running, and you will get the bonuses from the quantity and the rarity that it offers while mapping, and this is a lot more consistent. So, you only need to press the flask each 5 seconds, but you are assured that the flask won't stop because other recovery mechanics. Now I want to mention that any sort of stun immunity completely breaks the combo. So for example, the most common one is the Brian King Pantheon, because it runs some sort of stun immunity each 2 seconds, and this messes up with everything. Or for example, the stun immunity that you can get from a passive tree, or also the Bull Lab enchant that gives you, like, I think it's 80% to be immune to stuns. Be sure to have in your POE 0 stun immunity for this combo to work. Yeah, and that's it for the video. I found this interaction very interesting, and I'm also applying into my current build to see how it goes, and also makes the sandboxy aspect of Path of Exile to shine a lot with this clever use of some of the game mechanics that we have in the game. And yeah, guys, that's it for today, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.